His 106 rush yards on 9 carries in the fourth quarter was the most by a Rams player since 1991. What a major performance by this young man, chosen 10th overall out of Georgia by the St. Louis Rams. Pleased to have on the program at TG3II on Twitter, Todd Gurley joining me here on the program. How are you, Todd?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am doing fine. How you feeling after your first full slate of action in the National Football League?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. Nothing too bad. Nothing cold to help.
Yeah, I know. That's what Marshall was saying, that after a performance like that, cold tub is probably what you're going to be in. So that's what you...
Oh, yeah. As soon as we landed and got back to the facility, that's the first thing I did was got in the cold tub, for sure.
How cold is that cold tub, Todd Gurley? How cold is it?
Man, well, it just depends on the day.
Okay.
Some days it just might be your body, you just might not be feeling it. So It's definitely a lot colder. So it's not too bad.
Well, it helps to go for $146 on 19 carries and a big win on the road, right, Todd? Wouldn't that help?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So were you dreaming of this moment at any moment in time during your rehab and the fact that it came true? I'd love to just unpack those feelings that you had just after that performance based on what you went through to get ready for it, Todd.
Oh, man, yeah, I definitely, it's definitely something I dreamed about, man, and just being able to go out there and just have a game and get the win, that was definitely a good feeling. It's been a long, long road, but, finally back out there.
And the fact that you couldn't hit the ground running in week 1 of the NFL, were you pushing to play?
Not really. Kind of see where I was at as far as practice standpoint. I think week 1 I just might have started practicing, so, as far as like getting reps with the first team and stuff like that. So, that wasn't in the picture. We didn't want to rush anything, kind of look at week 3 or 4. And, that's kind of where we landed at.
And this performance, is this indicative of what we should come to expect of you, Todd?
Man, I hope so. The guys up front and done a great job last game. And, hopefully we can just keep this train going.
And the fact that you took a knee when you could score, what was that all about, Todd, at the end of the game?
And I was just trying to get down and end the game, get up out of there with the win.
Right. So does that mean you don't have yourself on your fantasy team, Todd? Is that what that means?
Well, I don't even play fantasy football. I wish I did, but...
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. But it's interesting because in college, when you take a knee, the clock stops until they reset the chains.
Yeah.
So, but you were very well aware of what your professional situation, what that was.
Yeah, I was definitely aware. Trying to get down, have the clock run, go in victory formation, and get up out of there with the win.
Todd Gurley, you bet. Todd Gurley joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Who was the person you leaned on the most when you were rehabbing to get you through all of it, Todd? Oh, man,
a lot of guys, at me being at Georgia, I know my sophomore year, man, we had almost 10 guys tear the ACL. So, I've seen those guys go through the process, and, they definitely helped me out a lot. Past players would contact me and just tell me, what to expect and stuff like that. Thomas Davis from Carolina Panthers, he's done a great job, man. He definitely helped me out. He was there with me from day 1 from the surgery, and I know he, had 3 ACL surgeries. So, from a guy to contact me and reach out to me like him, it definitely meant a lot.
And what about your upbringing allowed you to get through all of this, Todd?
Oh, man, just to never give up. Stuff not gonna always go as planned, but got to keep moving on, keep your head up, and just keep fighting.
Yeah, I'm trying to get around the edges to talk about your mom, Todd, because I know she's very important in your life. So I'll just now hit that spot directly right here. With your mom, how is she enjoying that performance that you had on Sunday, Todd?
Oh, man, she was definitely enjoying it. She didn't go to the game, but she was at the house and, watching it. And she was definitely happy, man. I had about 20 texts from her, like, after the game. So she was texting me during the game, talking about some go son, I'm happy for you, proud of you, go Rams. So she was definitely happy. So it was good just to see her happy.
Right. What you get? What have you gotten for your mom now that you have your professional contract, Todd?
She moved. I moved her out of North Carolina, so she moved into a house, got her a house.
And so, because obviously so many guys are close to their moms. We're all at our hearts like that. But I know that she's definitely been a central figure for you, certainly collegiately as well. And to have you succeed so early on in your professional career has just got to mean the world for her and for you, based on all of that, Todd. Right?
Yeah, man, because, I couldn't have done this without her. She definitely had tough times growing up, but, she was always there for us. And for me to be able to give her, something she wanted is incredible. And, it's just a good feeling, man, just to know that your mom's happy.
Todd Gurley joining me here on the program. Miles Jack just told UCLA that he's not coming back. He's going to go pro, even though he suffered a season-ending injury, Todd. And there's a lot of speculation that your success and how you've gone through what you've gone through might have influenced him. Would you agree with that assessment at all, Todd?
Probably. I'm not sure what his situation is. I seen it yesterday. I followed him on Twitter. I'm going to try to reach out to him and, just tell him, keep his head up and just stay focused. And, he's a good player, man. He's having enough film. So I think he'll be just fine.
And are you hearing from any Alabama players at all, Todd, based off of what happened this past weekend at all? Todd?
Yeah, well, we got one Alabama boy on my team, Mark Barron.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely heard from him, from all my teammates. So that was definitely motivation out there Sunday is to do what Georgia couldn't do.
Is that
Saturday.
right?
And that was to get that win.
So if Alabama had lost to Georgia, Arizona might not have felt the full wrath of Todd Gurley in that respect.
They might not, because I was definitely mad. I was mad for sure.
Well, Todd, obviously, and have you chatted with 28 Marshall Faulk very, very much? I know he's a big fan of yours, Todd.
Yeah, I've talked to him multiple times. I have his number. Once I got, drafted, him and ED reached out to me. So, yeah, those guys are always around. So, I can always feel free to contact them.
Yeah, because I know that he's such a huge fan of yours, Dion, too. And I know you were waiting all this time and your story in Georgia building for this moment for you to actually get it in just your first month of professional football. It's got to mean the world to you. So congratulations to that, Todd. I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I got one thing. Laurinaitis told me to tell you, go Bucks.
Oh, my gosh. Now. You know what? That's okay. Can you send a message back to him?
Yeah,
Can you send it? Okay, here we go.
I can do that.
Todd, I don't know if you have a pen. Do you have a pen? You don't need a pen for this one. Send it back to him. See you in November.
See you in November.
Okay.
I got you.
and I'm not meaning the Thursday night game that the Rams are on in December. I'm saying see you in November, James.
I got you.
And tell James we have our own James, and he's got a headset on, and he's going to be dialing something up for November. Okay, Todd?
Okay. Laura said what's up, too.
Okay, terrific. I like it.
What's going on?
You take care, Todd. Say hi to everybody.
All right, thank you.
You bet. That's Todd Gurley.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.